Hello and welcome back to On the Bucket. Today I'm going to have two back-to-back episodes just for you because I haven't posted a lot this week. First, we're going to talk about Reptile Expos.
Hi! 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 Hi!
Welcome to our channel!
Hello!
If you enjoy learning about reptiles and having a good laugh, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button.
Hit!
Smash it! Smash it! Smash it right now. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
Hit!
Smash it! Okay.
Smash!
Because all Sunday I was at a Reptile Expo. You have to get up early, pack up your snakes, or reptiles, or whatever it is, and bring them. And I thought that it'd be nice to talk about that. Some tips and tricks that could help you as a buyer, also as a seller. So, the number one most important thing when bringing your snakes to a reptile show, to me, is making sure that there's no food in their bodies, making sure that everything's been digested. So a little trick that no one ever really taught me, but I kind of thought of doing, is feed anything that you're going to bring to the reptile show 2 weeks before the show. So the shows are on Sunday, so instead of feeding it the Sunday, well, I usually feed on Mondays. So basically, Sunday of the show, go the next week to Sunday, and the next week to Monday, and on that Monday I will feed all the snakes that I'm bringing to the show. And I will not feed them again until after the show. So right after the show, take them home, feed them. But the reason that I like to do this is that way anyone that I'm selling a snake to, or reptile, doesn't apply to the leopard geckos. I'll feed them maybe a week before because they digest food faster. But when it comes to snakes, I want to feed them. It usually takes them anywhere from 5 days to a little bit over a week till they poop. Then they poop, and then they don't have that food in their system. Because if you're going to be there all day long and you bring snakes that have food inside their bodies, they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be digesting well. Some people bring heat pads and stuff, so you could do that. But to me, I think it's just smarter. You make sure they have an empty stomach. You take them to the show. You have them all day long there, and they're fine. It's, first of all, a lot better for them because they're not going to have any digestive problems. And the other thing is that when they go home with someone, they've gone 2 weeks without eating. They're going to go to someone's house, and that person's going to be able to offer them food, and bam, they're going to eat like that. And that is, to me, one of the most important things. I buy a snake, I want to know it's healthy, I want to know it's eating. If I take it home and feed it and it eats right away, it's like, yes, we are on the right track, we're going the right way. So, that, if there's anything I'm trying to teach you or that you can learn from this whole episode, that's the most important point. Bring animals to the show with no food in their stomach. They're not going to be pooping in all your displays. Imagine you bringing all these snakes. You bring 20 snakes and they're all crapping in your displays in front of everyone. That doesn't look good. No one. It's bad enough that people see them in small containers. Now they're in small containers swimming in their own pee and poo. Like, it's just, we don't need that. We are already getting enough trouble from organizations and stuff. And that's another thing. If you're a visitor to the shows and you don't understand why they're all in the small containers, they're in small containers because that's how we can bring a pile of them. It would be unrealistic for us to bring all these animals with their homes and everything. But that doesn't mean that that's the conditions that they live in, because this is something that these groups are trying to throw at us to make us look bad as breeders. Like, oh, look at the conditions that they're kept in. When animals are on display, that's not how they are kept. they're kept in proper enclosures and proper homes where they have enough room to stretch out, move around, hide, get warm, get cold, do all that stuff. Obviously, they're not going to be able to do any of that in a deli container. They don't have heat, they don't have a little thing for them to drink from. But then now, just to put things in perspective, imagine we had to bring all our animals into properly sized enclosures with water bowls. Like, there'd just be water spilling everywhere. It'd just be a nightmare. So you just have to, sometimes people just don't think. So that can be hard. Now, as a breeder, if you're going to go to these shows and stand there in front of your animals thinking that people are just going to come and buy them, and if they don't, you're going to be in a bad mood, like, you have to change that. And if you're going to be bothered at someone for asking you questions, that's another thing you have to change. You know, you have to be there and you have to be ready to answer all the questions people have and be nice to them, smile to them, you know. Even if they're not going to buy anything, you should treat them as if they're a returning customer. That's what I try to do. Everyone that comes by, hey, how's it going? Crack a joke. Congratulations, you just won a sticker. I always have a pile of stickers. You can come and get one. They're not expensive. They're the cheapest stickers I could get. But it's just like, you want to engage them. You want them to remember you as being friendly. You want to answer all of their questions, because sometimes they won't buy. Most of the time they won't buy. But if you're friendly and you answer their questions, maybe they're going to go home, do some more research, and then the next show they'll come and get one off you. I think that naturally I'm really good at selling, and it's because of that. I like people. I like talking to them. To me, well, you don't have to feel like you're going to buy anything. I don't want you to feel like I'm pressuring you. I want to answer all of your questions. I want to teach you anything you want to know. And I want to help, you to understand what's going on. And because of that, like, I had over 40 babies this year or last year, and I'm down to like 5. And I haven't had to sell them at super low prices, and I haven't had to like bargain a ton with people. Sometimes I'll say, you see the price there? If you come at the end of the show, this show I said there was a snake for $200, and I said, you want $50 off? Come back at the end of the show. And if it's still here, you can have it. And you know what? He paid $200 for it. Why? Because most likely by the end of the show, it wouldn't have been there. So I'm willing to play with you a bit there too. Most people are. Most of the time, the prices that are there are not even what everyone expects. Sometimes we put the prices up a bit to be able to bargain. Other times, it depends. Like, to me, I try to price my animals at what I feel that they're worth. And then I also do the opposite. Sometimes I don't want to sell a snake, so I'll put a higher price tag on it. And I have every right to do that. If I don't want to sell you a snake and I say that I'll sell it for $500, even though it might be only worth $300 or $400, like, who's to say what the animal is worth? I'll tell you what the animal is worth. The animal is worth whatever anyone is willing to pay for it. Okay? So if you see ball pythons being sold for $20, does that mean that they're worth that? No. To me, I wouldn't sell a normal ball python for anything less than probably $80. I have sold some for $50 before, and it's when I've been selling other people's snakes. But it's just like, for me, the pet store charges sometimes almost $200. Like, I've seen regular ball pythons for $160 at Big Al's. So it's just like, I've also seen them at all reptiles for $80. So that's why I say $80. But I'm selling you an animal that is not going to be bitey, that is going to be eating frozen thawed no problem. And I tell that to every single person because I got that going for me. That's one of my selling points. If you as a breeder are doing the same thing, then you can say that too. And there's no shame in saying that. You have to advertise yourself. If you don't believe that your snakes are worth more, then they're not. If you believe that they are worth more, like if, let's say you're just working with one pair of snakes, they breed, they make babies, you can ask whatever you want. You're not in a rush to sell. You don't need to sell them. For me, it's my hobby, so I don't really need to sell them either. If I sell them, it makes me a bit more money, and that's nice, but I want them to go to people that take good care of them. So just as an owner at a show, have fun, be nice to people, and don't really expect anything from them. Woohoo! That's my little rant for now.
Yeah, that was wonderful, wasn't it? Now make sure you
Circle.
yeah, click the circle.
Yeah, I did.
And then watch this video or this one.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yes. It's not that hard. Which one appeals to you more? Is it this one or is it this one?